in the morning like ain't nobody supposed to know. Say you've been working but getting bad, smelling just like a fresh bar soap. Ask you about it, you just turn your back and get mad and then fall asleep. A lot on your mind and an argument is the last thing you need. It don't go that way, it don't go that way. This ain't no movie, yeah. Or a solitary play. Ooh, if you really wanted to mess around, that's all you had to say. But it ain't gonna be any bitty silly me, so don't waste your energy. Expect me to listen when all I keep hearing is you spitting nothing but game. Expect me to stay when all you can say that ain't gonna change. Don't wanna leave, wanna believe that you won't.
Hi, thank you for clicking on the video. As you can probably tell or already know by reading the title, today is bowel prep day. Tomorrow is my barium enema at 10 in the morning, and so today I have to fast all day, or cleanse all day. So no solid foods, just water, liquid, broth, nothing red, so I can have like jello, but no red jello. That's exciting. That's okay. I don't really tend to eat in the mornings, and I really don't start to get hungry till mid-afternoon time. So that's when it's gonna get to me. So we haven't hit there yet. Then at 5 is when I need to start the actual prep. So I have to drink 16 fluid ounces of magnesium citrate. This is grape flavor. So I have to drink 1 full bottle. Now it's not too, it's not ginormous. It's not like the biggest bottle, but a lot, right? I think. And then I need to drink 6 of the 10 fluid ounces of this bottle. In addition to that, I need to take these 4 pills. 4 of these little pills, but it's just an additional laxative. 5 milligram tablets within 2 hours of finishing the magnesium stuff, the liquid. I am not looking forward to this. I hate that I have to do this, and so I'm just gonna stop trying, complaining. Like, it is what it is. I gotta do it. So that's gonna be later on today. So I'm gonna, edit this video to just show myself suffering trying to get this stuff down. But it's part of the process in getting my reversal surgery completed. So tomorrow is the barium enema. On Friday, I'm meeting with having a phone conversation with the surgeon, so he can let me know about certain things like what kind of sex life I'm gonna have after this procedure. I need to find out what, with the length of colon that I am going to be having, that I have, and how it's going to be reattached and everything. How long is it going to take my body to I guess kind of adjust and get back to some kind of normal. I would imagine it's going to take a while, at least a couple of weeks. So that's coming up next Thursday. Surgery 7:20 a.m. Yeah, I'm excited. All right, well, stick around and you'll see me suffer. Bye. Hi guys, welcome back to the second part of this video. So I have my solution, and what we did was put it into like a slushy type drink, a lemonade. And so I am going to go ahead and just start drinking this thing, and I'm hoping I can get it down pretty quick. So let's get it over with. So there we go. Okay, it's sweet, and it's grape flavored, I think. And this is lemonade, so I kind of messed up on the pairing of there, but there weren't many options. It's not that bad. It's mainly just sweet. So I'm not expecting a lot of output. Maybe in the beginning, but I'm mainly just thinking it's gonna be mainly liquid water. I'm drinking a lot of water right now, so it shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. Again, this is for the barium enema that I will be having done tomorrow. So, wow, it's gonna take a while. So sweet. So I don't know how much I drank. As of right now, it's like 2 hours since I started. I'm trying hard not to throw up right now because it's just hitting my stomach. I've already emptied out my bag once. It was very liquidy. So yeah, I think I definitely did not drink the full 16 ounces. I probably have done what, like 5? I don't know, not that much. Maybe 8 to 10. I could have drank that whole bottle. I don't know. So I want to take the 4 tablets right now. Keep on drinking water, which doesn't feel that great to drink anything. And then switch to Miralax NT, which I've done before for a colonoscopy, so I feel comfortable doing that. I'm sure I'll still accomplish what needs to be done, but I'm afraid if I continue with the magnesium that I will I'll throw up, and that won't do me any good. So I think that's gonna be the plan for the rest of the night. I will check in a little bit later. Alright guys, so let's just go and get into what it was like having this barium enema. Surprisingly, it was not as nearly as bad as I was scared of. It wasn't the most pleasant. Get in there, you have your technician, there was a trainee, a male trainee, and then the doctor eventually comes in, and once the barium is being put in, so you can get the images, get everything that he needs. The technician tells me that at first her plan is to try to do them at the same time. Do the stoma because it's really easy, and then do the rectum part so we can kind of just save a little time. I said, okay, sure, whatever. I don't know. I'm just here. Do what you are supposed to. Whatever works, right? So, in sense that I'm nervous. She was very sweet. I believe her name was Cindy. I don't remember. I feel bad. I'm so bad with remembering names, but really kind, very professional. The entire facility, everyone that I encountered was very nice, very, very professional. I was more nervous about the stoma than the rectum part of it because, I just never had it. It's the idea, and I'm just a little nervous about it. And she's like, okay, it's totally fine. You're not gonna feel, this is what you feel. This is what you, just telling me what to expect, and that I'm okay, everything's gonna be fine. Just reassuring me. So she goes, and now they bring over the barium, and the tubing. And the tubing looks intimidating. It's long, but honestly, I don't think that much went inside me. I wasn't looking at it. I didn't feel anything. You do feel a little bit of movement. I think that's probably when they blow the balloon. They blow up a balloon that's supposed to keep the tube inside of you, so they can inject the barium and get their shots. Well, Mine was not staying inside. She tried having me hold it, so you know she wasn't over me when they're trying to get the pictures. Wasn't holding it in right because it kept slipping. I didn't see the tube inside of me. I just couldn't bring myself to do that. But I did when it slipped. I you know, and they lifted when she lifted the towel, I saw like this gooey mess on it, so it was like weird. But that was the most that I saw, so it wasn't like too gross. It was gross, but it wasn't too gross. So then, they kept having to, you know, put it back in, and then, you know, they pump the stuff in, and then they drain it out, and then they move you, and it's weird because I wasn't at the bottom. I wasn't, you know, at the bottom of the table where there's like, you know, a block, so you can, you know, your feet, you won't fall off, you won't slide off, right? So when the doctor's lifting me and the table is like tilting, and I'm like, whoa, you know, I'm like leaning forward, I'm like slipping a little bit, and she's like, oh, you're fine, there's a thing. Yeah, the stoma enema is not a problem. Don't worry about it if you have to get one done, at least that part. It really is not painful or uncomfortable, because my kept slipping solution was coming out and like spilling on me a little bit, but it got on the gowns. I had 2 gowns on, like one in the front, one in the back, so I didn't get really like dirty. I would say pretty much at all. She had wet towels, so you know, I can clean myself off. So we do the stoma. Doctor comes in, gets his shots. She, you know, we're done with that. So I have to hold the towel on me, go to the restroom, and then, you know, put my bag on, and then clean up those robes that I have on and put on 2 new ones. And now for the fun part. Okay, so yeah, she was like, I told her I was more nervous about the stoma. Well, you know, because I'm not that concerned about the bottom, because I know what it's like to have something shoved up there. So we're cool. But oh my gosh, no. And she laughed. I thought she was so funny. So no, I am on my side. You know, lift your leg, and she's like, okay, we're gonna put the tube in. You know, the jelly, the tube. We're gonna pump some up there, move you around a bit, get our shots. We'll be good. It should be quick because there's not that much rectal colon that is, you know, that they need to cover, so it's not as hard to get the shot. Whew. It hurt. And she was like, you know, before she's like, okay, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, and it'll help you relax. And I'm like, okay, you know, like I know what it's like. I've had plenty of doctors just shove their fingers, you know. I mean, like, you know, taking a dick, like, I know, you know. So I'm familiar with what I was to I guess to expect. So I thought, well, I forgot that it's been a good 10 months, you know, but my colon it's just down there is just not being used. I mean, it's tight. It's closed for business. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, and she went pretty quick and had to go pretty deep, and like, I was like, ow, like trying not to squirm. And she was like rubbing my back. She says, you're okay, you're doing so good. And I was like breathing and stuff, but man, no, it hurt. And then I had to lay on my back with the tube inside of me, and then on my side, and then they get they you know, they take the shots. And so you're looking at it, you know, the pictures, and you can see the tube coming out of you, and it's just so weird. But then, and then she told me once it comes out, you know, you may have some blood. We take out as much of the solution as we can, but there may be some. So just, you know, she goes, I want to put some towels in between your cheeks, and then just go to the restroom, sit down, put some pressure, not too much pressure, but do put some pressure, and, you know, just clean up, take your time. Okay. She comes out of me. She takes the thing out of me. I scoot. I scoot. You know, run shamelessly to the bathroom with this towel in between my cheeks, and you know, I push out, and I think mucus had came out and just barium. There was no blood, so that was cool. I cleaned up. I wasn't really that dirty. There wasn't like solution flying everywhere. It just wasn't dripping or bursting out of me, you know, like, I think that's why it was so painful, the bottom part of it, because I was tense and nervous and scared, because I'm like, I don't know how much is in me. Like, is it just gonna like blast like a fire hose inside of me and like open me, you know, like I'm just like freaked out a little bit by it. But it's not like that at all. They're professionals. It's uncomfortable. There was some pain, especially if you're closed for a while. She could have just been heavy-handed, you know. I mean, I think it also depends on who's doing it, but it really was not that bad. And I got through it, and it's over. She was cool. She was really nice. The trainee was nice. He was quiet. He was chatting with me like a little bit here and there. But it was so funny because after she's like, "Are you thirsty?" And I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Sure." I would have been okay with not, but I'm like, I don't want to deny. You know, she's nice and offering me something, and you know, shoot. I mean, I've just paid $380. Let me get something to drink. You know, so I'm like, "Sure." And she goes, "Okay." She names off all these things, and I'm like, I go, "You gave me way too many options. I'm sorry." I go, "I'm a Libra," and then she starts to laugh, and she's like. She starts to laugh and she's like, "Oh, I love Libras." She goes, "I have a lot of them in my family." I go, "I'll take just give me apple juice." She's like, "Okay." And so then I'm like, and she was just super sweet. She was just asking me other questions and just making me feel really, really comfortable and at ease and professional. I have so much respect for people in the medical field that do what they do, but then are also just really empathetic. Not every nurse that I've come across is always the same. Not every technician, you know, they all have, we're all human, and we all have certain bad days or good days, I'm sure, regardless of the profession. But some nurses are just, you know, that I come across, and their treatment is it's just amazing. And so I made sure to really thank her again afterwards, and how much at ease she put me, and how she made the experience, you know, really positive, and just thank you. And okay, so then there was a male trainee in there, and she's, you know, before it started, she's like, "Do you mind if he's in here to observe?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's fine, sure." You know, I've had plenty of people see every inch of me plenty of times in these last 10 months having 3 surgeries. Like, it's not a big deal no more. So the guy's like, "Hi, you know, nice guy." And before, you know, he's talking with me a little bit, and just little questions here, I think, just to ease my anxieties, and which was really nice. You know, it does help a lot. And when they talk to you and ask you questions, and just, you know, just seem like they're not just trying to do their job. And so the stoma part, after, you know, so now we're doing the bottom part, and he's right there because he's training, you know, and she's telling him, guiding him to what, you know, or instructing him, and you know, this is what she's doing, and explaining the process. You know, after I go to the restroom and I clean up, and then I come out, you know, and I think she's talking to the doctor, or she's doing something off to the side. He's like, "So do you have any plans for your weekend?" And I was like, "Oh," and before I can even really talk, she came back, and I forgot what happened, and I just never got to like really like have a conversation with him. But I just thought it was so funny. I was just like, "Oh my God, I've had every hole shown, you know, like I've on screen, you see, like you just pulled a tube out my ass, and you're asking me what am I doing this weekend?" I don't think it was a come on by any means or anything like that. It was in a professional environment, but I just felt like very vulnerable. And just the question, I was just like, "Well, hey, you know, do you want to buy me something to drink? You just saw my insides, you know." But of course, no, that's a joke. That's a joke. But yeah, so the process was super intense leading up. The bowel prep was the worst part by far. Don't worry about the stoma, it's totally fine. The bottom part, take deep breaths, breathe, rip some stuff. So I have a decent amount of my colon has been removed, and so I think I have maybe guesstimating like 6 to 7 inches currently of like rectal colon. So that's okay. I was hoping for more, but I still have to talk to the doctor to hear about recovery and you know, what he thinks, you know, about sex going forward and how that's gonna be. But I think all in all, I'm ready. You know, I'm ready for it to be over with and I can just recover and move on. But I hope that I made some sense in this video in describing the process. There wasn't a whole lot I feel that I needed to kind of share, because there's not a whole lot to the process. I mean, while you're there, you know what I mean? You're really, at this point, you're just at their mercy and you just kind of sit there, lay there. But, you know, there's not tons of pain before or even after. Solution was coming out all day yesterday, but not a lot. And yeah, super simple. All right, well, thank you so much for watching this video. It's gone way longer than I intended. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks, bye.